Only information that the people of this community have is what they might have learned through a news report last night. All I can tell you is that the police department did receive numerous phone calls after that news release last night, offering the police department their moral support in this suit.
He alleges that, among other things, that he was given only one glass of water during the 12 to 13 hours that he was jailed.
Well, of course, in each of the cells in the Grapevine Police Department, there is a water fountain.
In every cell?
In every cell.
He also alleges that he wanted to see a doctor to get medicine for a muscle ailment. Do you have any reaction to his apparently not being able to see a doctor?
I have not been able to confirm whether this request was actually made at this time.
What was the evidence that caused the officer to feel so strong that the car may have been stolen?
Well, I feel like that it would be premature to reveal that the evidence that the city might have in view of the allegations against the city. However, I would say that I feel like that the Grapevine Police had probable cause to take the action that they did.
But is there any truth at all to the charges he leveled last night?
No.
I think, frankly, we will have to see just what that amount is, and I would think we would try to undertake some phase of the study in relation to the funds we receive. But that, frankly, will depend on just how much is received when we close the campaign. We hope we can at least do some part of it. As in any study, frankly, you can stop at many levels. The study as we'd like to do it, as has been presented, the types of things we'd like to do, it is a $20,000 study. But certainly, as in anything else, we can take pieces of it. We may have to limit it to one department rather than all departments.
The voting machines, there are certain persons and precinct judges who are prefer and are favor the stand-up lever machine. Well, to the extent of those machines that we have them, you can be assured that we'll use those machines. Because of our election judges, we respect their preferences. On the other hand, there are not enough of those machines. We have a good supply of the punch card machine. We will undoubtedly, I will recommend that we go ahead and use it. After the discussions today, I think that unless there is a direct effort to defeat the election, its effectiveness, I think that there will be a fair, fast, and accurate count. By that I don't mean the polls close at 7 and you get your vote in by 11 or something like that. I do think that by the late hours of that night or the early hours in the morning, as it was originally in the contract, maybe was it 3 o'clock in the morning, I would hope that we can make that mark this time.
Have you hired anyone to do this study?
No, I've made a proposal to our resigned county personnel director, Nick Hammond, and I hope he'll join me for about 3 months and see if we can't complete my study.
But you don't have any subversive ideas about immediately revolutionizing the county government?
Not at all. I think changes in government come slow, and that's a good thing. Sometimes drastic change creates chaos and waste, and that's not what we're looking forward to. I would just envision my program would take perhaps 10 years to complete.
What made me go back to school? Several things. One, someone had labeled me a dropout and I didn't like the label. I had gotten a job promotion, and a friend said, why did I get it? I hadn't finished high school, and I never considered myself a dropout prior to that time because I had been successful in my job. I'd gotten my raises and promotions and what have you, and so I really didn't know until that time the stigma of a dropout. And then suddenly I realized I was labeled, and I didn't like it because I considered myself a fairly articulate, intelligent person, you know. And so I started thinking, well, I need to have this equalizer. I need a high school diploma.
10 years later, it's going to be all finished. There's very little more that you can do educational-wise as far as degrees are concerned. What would you say to a dropout now?
You can always go on. There's no need to deny anyone a formal education. Education is not always formal. Many dropouts make good without going on to school. But for me, I wanted the formal education because there's so many things to know and so many people have learned about them and I'll share them with you, that I would say if you want to go, you can do it. Anyone can do it.